Over 99% of the deep ocean floor remains unexplored. Just think about that. That is more than twice the surface area of all the continents on Earth combined, cloaked in freezing blackness, under crushing pressure, and largely untouched by human eyes. It is not just unexplored, it is alien. Every time we dive down there, we find something strange, something no one has ever seen before. And more often than not, it changes what we thought we understood about life. We have discovered bacteria that thrive in boiling water near volcanic vents, creatures that glow in total darkness, fish that live miles below the surface, where pressure would crush a human like a soda can. These are not just oddities, they are reminders that Earth still hides secrets as strange as anything imagined in science fiction. But here's the thing. All of those discoveries, they have one thing in common. They make us ask, if we are still finding creatures this strange this often, what else is down there? Could there be life in the deep sea that is not just unusual, but completely unlike anything we have ever seen? Maybe even something that breaks the rules entirely? In this video, we are diving into that question. Could there be life we have never seen at the bottom of the ocean? Life so rare, so strange, or maybe so massive, that it has evaded all of our technology and all of our expectations. We're going to follow the evidence, look at what we know, and let that guide us into what might still be waiting below the deepest, darkest places on our planet. The Mariana Trench, the Hadal Zone, the places deeper than Mount Everest is tall, Earth's true final frontier. Let's begin. The deeper we go into the ocean, the stranger life becomes, and not just a little strange. Radically different from what we see on land or even in shallower parts of the sea. Down in the Hadal Zone, which starts around 6,000 meters and goes as deep as nearly 11,000 meters in places like the Mariana Trench, the pressure is more than 1,000 times what we experience at sea level. There's no sunlight, the temperatures are near freezing, and food is incredibly scarce. Yet somehow life is not only present, it's thriving in ways that continue to stun scientists. What's most surprising isn't just that life exists there, but how diverse it is. In the past 5 years alone, researchers have discovered hundreds of new deep-sea species. In 2023 and early 2024, expeditions off the coast of Chile found over 100 new species of deep-sea animals, including bioluminescent corals, glass sponges, and filter feeders living thousands of meters below the surface. These species are not just variations of known creatures. They're completely new to science, showing us just how little we know about life on Earth. Then there's microbial life. In the Mariana Trench, more than 7,000 unique microbial species have been found, with nearly 90% of them being previously unknown. Some of these microbes survive on chemicals like hydrogen sulfide or methane, things that would be toxic to most surface life. Others show adaptations like ultra-efficient genomes, allowing them to survive with almost no resources. This kind of life doesn't rely on sunlight or even typical carbon sources, making it a possible blueprint for how life could exist elsewhere in the universe. And while microbes get most of the attention, larger animals are just as impressive. The Hadal snailfish, for instance, lives at depths beyond 8,000 meters and has a gelatinous body perfectly suited to survive extreme pressure. Giant amphipods, basically shrimp the size of a small cat, scavenge the seafloor, and the goblin shark, a rarely seen predator, uses electrical signals to detect prey in total darkness. These creatures are not only built for survival, they are the product of millions of years of evolution in isolation. This is not a slow trickle of discoveries either. New research trips are constantly revealing organisms with traits we've never seen before, like the mysterious golden orb found off the Alaskan coast in 2023. Scientists still don't know what it is. It might be an egg, or maybe it's an entirely new species. The point is, even with all our modern technology, the deep ocean keeps delivering surprises. And so, if life can evolve to this degree in such harsh, isolated conditions, what else could be out there? What are we not seeing because our tools just can't go deep enough, stay down long enough, or recognize something we don't yet understand? If the first few layers of the abyss already defy our expectations, then what lies deeper might go beyond anything we've even imagined. By now, we know the deep sea is more than just home to strange life. It's also a place filled with strange signals. Every so often, our equipment picks up something we can't explain, whispers from the darkness that fuel more questions than answers. One of the most famous examples came in the year 1997. A deep, ultra-low frequency sound, later nicknamed the bloop, was recorded across multiple sensors in the Pacific, For a while, no one had any clue what it was. It was powerful, louder than any known animal, and seemed to come from a biological source. Eventually, NOAA scientists suggested it may have been caused by ice quakes, but not everyone agrees. To this day, many still believe it could have come from something alive. And the bloop is far from the only example. Other unexplained underwater sounds have been recorded over the years. Upsweep, a strange rhythmic hum detected since the late 1980s. Julia, a long moaning noise captured in the year 1999. And the Western Pacific Biotwang, a bizarre series of metallic twanging tones that no one has been able to match to any known geological or animal source. These signals often come from the same deep ocean trenches and mid-ocean ridges we've barely explored. Places where sunlight never reaches and few submersibles have gone. Sure, there are plenty of possible explanations. Some may be whales or geological shifts, but here's the thing. Most of these sounds were picked up across huge distances, sometimes thousands of miles apart, and they don't behave like the vocalizations of whales or the rumbling of tectonic plates. If anything, they suggest the presence of something massive, something capable of producing vibrations on a planetary scale. Which brings us to another mystery. Brief shadows, strange outlines, and odd reflections captured by deep-sea cameras. Scientists studying footage from deep-diving, remotely operated vehicles have reported odd blurs, flashes of movement, and shapes that vanish before they can be analyzed. One famous example comes from a 2013 dive in the Gulf of Mexico, when researchers captured what looked like a massive jellyfish or unknown soft-bodied organism stretching several meters wide, only for it to slip out of frame and never appear again. Another case from 2021 involved a set of flickering lights seen from a submersible at the Mariana Trench. They weren't camera glitches or vehicle reflections. They appeared to move independently in a pattern before disappearing into the dark. Add to that the massive creatures we have confirmed, like the giant phantom jelly with its ribbon-like arms stretching over 30 meters, and the siphonophore found in 2020, a deep-sea predator estimated at 150 feet long, and it becomes harder to dismiss the idea that something even bigger, stranger, and possibly intelligent could be hiding in the deep. We once thought the colossal squid was a sailor's myth, but now we know it's real. And still, we've barely filmed an adult in the wild. If myths can be confirmed with time, how many more are just waiting for the right piece of evidence? With only a small percentage of the ocean floor ever directly seen by human eyes, what we haven't recorded may be even more shocking than what we have. The deep sea isn't just strange, it's actively hiding its truths, and those truths may be far more complex than anything we've encountered on the surface. If the deep sea is one thing, it's a place where nature plays by different rules. Evolution down there doesn't just adapt, it experiments on the surface. Life faces constant disruption from weather, temperature swings, and human activity. But deep below, in the Hadal zones and trench floors, the environment is cold, dark, chemically rich, and astonishingly stable. That isolation, it gives life time to evolve in complete secrecy, far away from the chaos above. We see evidence of this in deep-sea gigantism. Creatures like giant isopods, oversized amphipods, and deep-sea sea spiders are way larger than their shallow water relatives. These aren't flukes, they're adaptations. In the pitch-black, high-pressure world of the ocean floor, bigger bodies help conserve energy, retain heat, and move more efficiently through the dense water. Some researchers even believe extreme pressure slows cellular processes, giving some organisms dramatically longer lifespans and more time to grow, change, and evolve. And then there's endemism, species found only in specific deep-sea locations, such as hydrothermal vents or isolated seamounts. In a 2024 expedition off the coast of Chile, scientists documented more than 100 new species, including deep-sea corals and glass sponges. About half were completely unique to that site. That kind of isolation, it's an evolutionary goldmine. Over millions of years, it could lead to life forms that don't just look different, but function differently, with metabolisms, genetic systems, and survival strategies completely foreign to us. One of the most fascinating new possibilities centers around dark oxygen. In recent years, scientists studying polymetallic nodules on the seafloor noticed what might be electrochemical reactions generating oxygen without sunlight, without photosynthesis. If this turns out to be true, it could mean there are entire ecosystems powered by processes we've never imagined. Not only would that rewrite the rules of biology, but it might even reshape how we think life could evolve elsewhere in the universe. And if these alien processes work for microbes, why not for larger life? What if there are deep sea organisms that rely on energy sources we don't yet understand? What if they breathe compounds we consider toxic or see in wavelengths of light we can't detect? Even now, we're finding microbes whose DNA repair systems are unlike anything seen before. If that level of biological strangeness is hiding in tiny organisms, it's not a stretch to imagine something bigger, much bigger, emerging under the right conditions. All of this pushes us toward one very real, very strange possibility, that the deepest parts of our ocean are home to life that doesn't just challenge what we know, but breaks our definitions entirely. A second branch of biology evolving in parallel with everything we've ever studied, hidden beneath miles of pressure and silence, and maybe, just maybe, the reason we haven't found it yet is because we've barely even looked. We usually imagine intelligence through a human lens, tools, fire, language, maybe even space travel, but what if, deep in the ocean, something has followed a completely different path? In the cold, silent darkness of the Hadal Zone, life doesn't evolve with sight or sound the way we know it. Instead, it might lean on other senses, electric fields, chemical signals, vibrations, and water pressure. These are all abilities we've already seen hints of in known species like the goblin shark, the vampire squid, and bioluminescent organisms that flash coded light in total darkness. But those are just glimpses. What if something more complex has emerged, something that we'd never even recognize as intelligent? It wouldn't build cities or send signals into space. It might not even move quickly. It could be ancient, slow-growing, and built to last, not for speed or expansion. Picture a being that spans entire geological formations, biological, but more like a living reef than an animal. Or imagine a colony creature, where intelligence is distributed, not held in one brain, but shared through a vast connected network using deep-sea chemistry instead of language. In 2023, researchers recovered a mysterious golden orb from the deep off the coast of Alaska. At first glance, it looked biological, but no one knew what it was. Even now, scientists still aren't sure. That uncertainty is telling. If we're unable to categorize something as basic as an egg case or sponge at first contact, what does that say about our readiness to recognize truly alien life? What if the strangest discoveries are still ahead and we're just missing them? Some experts argue that if intelligent life had evolved in the deep sea, we would have seen evidence, structures, signals, patterns. But what if deep sea intelligence doesn't want to be seen? What if surviving in complete isolation means staying hidden, or existing in a form that never surfaces, never interacts? After all, we've explored less than 1% of the deep ocean. Even the most advanced submersibles and sensors can't stay down for long. And the ocean is vast, so vast that it's easier to search Mars than the deepest trenches of our own planet. So maybe the question isn't, could life exist in the deep sea that we've never seen? Maybe the real question is, how much have we missed already? In a place where life thrives without light, where evolution rewrites itself in secret, and where even sound can seem alien and unexplained, the possibilities stretch far beyond anything we've imagined. As we push the boundaries of exploration, deploying better cameras, more resilient drones, and smarter sensors, we're not just chasing strange fish or glowing microbes. We're peering into a world that has evolved in total independence from the surface. A world where the rules are different, where life doesn't just survive, it reinvents itself. And maybe, just maybe, the greatest mystery of all is that the ocean hasn't kept its secrets from us. We've just never gone deep enough to see what's waiting.